one of the favourite legs for the skippers. It brings everything from breeze to light airs to some Southern Ocean at the end.
Pretty epic out there, 15 to 20 knots, blowing even maybe gusting up to 24, 25 knots.
Here we go for the start of leg 2 from Lisbon to Cape Town, the iconic leg down into the South Atlantic. It is go, go, go. Brunel leading. Macrae having to tackle to starboard. That's this 11th hour race. They've got a nice bit of puff and they're still holding. They need that big breeze. At the windward mark, it is Dongfeng race team leading. You out when we're ready. Difference there, right there between the two sails. This leg, 7,000 miles from Lisbon to Cape Town. This is where dreams are made, legends are made, and sometimes shattered and broken.
Alright, 5 minutes. Hello everyone, welcome back. More Sailaway. This is the Volvo Ocean Race Leg 2 start. A little bit different, we're not doing an import race section, which is kind of disappointing. I didn't understand why we didn't do that, but I'm not running the race. I'm not complaining either. I mean, the guy that's doing this is doing a great job. I just found it odd that we're doing kind of a direct route just from here to Lisbon instead of having, you know, like a little quick back and forth race inside of Lisbon before we take off out to sea. But yeah, it looks like we got a lot more boats than we did in leg 1 from Alicante over to Lisbon. I mean, this is insane. It's gonna be a downwind start. You can see our wind direction coming out from behind us here, and we're gonna be heading out of Lisbon out into the Atlantic. So I'm trying to stay up high on this line because I know I can probably, if I start low on the line, I could get stuck in a spot where I have to do multiple sail changes, and I'm thinking, we have 4 minutes to go. If I start up here by the higher end of the line, I could just put my spinnaker up or my gennaker and just be out. You know, if I bring up my map here, I can kind of tell you what I'm talking about if it loads the rest of this. But heading out into the Atlantic here, load please, thank you. Yeah. But I'm thinking with the wind direction, we could just take the gennaker and just sail all the way down this line that I have laid out, where if we start on the bottom end of the start line, you might have to make a few sail changes, which might cost you a bit of time, so I don't want to do that. I mean, it's kind of iffy right now if I have to use the code 0 or the gennaker right now. I want to use the gennaker. I'd have to sail more on this type of a line here. But the wind's been oscillating a lot, and it's going again right now, but it's straight out of the north right now. It's been coming all the way as far as north, east, northwest. It's been kind of bouncing back and forth. If it comes northwest, we got to put the code 0 up. We can't sail the gennaker sail, so it's kind of difficult. I don't want to make a lot of sail changes. Yeah, a lot of boats online. Look at this. This is great. Like I said, no import race section. These guys are going to do it, the real guys. I'm kind of watching the real race here at the same time. But they're just going to go back and forth real quick inside of Lisbon Harbor and then take out to sea. The Americans are leading so far, so hopefully they do good on this race as well. It's going to be about 22 days, they said, for them to get down to Cape Town, and those are faster boats than what we have here, so this is going to be a very long race for us. We got 2 minutes. I don't want to get too far away from the line here. I can luff the main if I turn around right now. Let's go. I don't want to get too far away from this line. Let me get up here. I'm going to dump the main sheet here in a second. I had a good start in Alicante, and I want a really good start here as well. Alright, main sheet, dump this thing right off. I'm going to head down a little bit, kind of track my way down here. Yeah, I think we definitely got more boats than we had in leg 1. I think leg 1 was kind of like, people weren't so sure how it would work out, and then once they realized that, what was it? Results. They almost, like, just about 80% of the people finished leg 1 that started it, you know. I think a lot of people were, oh, I'm going to join. This guy's coming right through me. Good thing they don't have a collision model with this many boats, I'll tell you that. But yeah, this is the permanent paint job I've decided on for my boat. It says Newport, Rhode Island on the back, but it's the American Eagle, just like the one Ted Turner sailed on, so it's got the similar paint job. Alright, we got 1 minute to go. I'm right where I want right where I want to be. I don't want to pull any other sails out just yet. In fact, I might have to dump this main sheet a little bit more just to hold on here. I got just under 40 seconds. Let's see how the rest of the pack is going. Looks like the pack's gonna, they got their jibs out and they're just gonna swing it around. This is a good start. Alright, let's get ready. We got 25 seconds. I don't want to be over this line. I can't see where I'm at. Okay. No, we're good. Bring that main sheet in a little bit. 15 seconds. Main in a little bit more. Jenniker's coming up here in a second. Go now. Now. Alright. 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh my god, we got good timing on this bitch. Yeah. And we are just about across. I thought we were across already. Alright, about 6 seconds late on the line, but that's not too bad. Oops. Okay, go ahead and do your thing. Alright, make sure my sailing angle is good. I'm going to get down low here and see if what kind of competition we got. This guy got a good start as well, just ahead of me. And we are just... Well, get all this text off my screen. Jeez. Can I minimize that? Okay, good. Alright, we got good speed right now. Not too worried about anything else. We're sailing a pretty good wind angle. And we're right on that line that I kind of want right here. There's a lot of guys that are really late on the line. I'm not sure what they're doing. But we got similar... Let's take a look outside the boat real quick here. Yeah, we're doing good. I mean, remember, we got 25 days of sailing, roughly, so, I mean, you're not going to win the race here. I don't know if this guy ahead of us was across the line or is even in this race. What's his... I don't know if he started it. It's a little weird that he's that far ahead of us. But yeah, isn't this beautiful? Look at all these boats to leeward of us here. This guy made a mistake, so he put his jib out. He's coming up high because he knows everybody else has a Jenniker out, and we're going to be just flying out into the ocean right now. So he's going to lose some ground, this guy. He's coming up on us now. Come on, get up here. I got to find some boat speed here, though, right now, because I did a practice run out this way before the race started, and I was doing about 13 knots. I'm only doing about 10 and a half right now. See if I can come up a little bit here. There's 11. Alright, I gotta come up a little bit then. I am getting winded slightly by these guys, this group of guys over here. That's where the wind direction's coming from, is over here. So. Main looks good. Show leaderboard. Well, how are we supposed to know? There's... I think this only shows you who's closest to Cape Town. It's like you can't really tell. I mean, I'm not gonna know. I mean, it says I'm in 47th place, but I mean, what's that measuring against? You know, that doesn't make any sense. All right, I want to come up a little bit. These guys all have their jibs out and they're heading way up. I don't know why they're doing it. Maybe there's a wind shift up there. You see, they're heading way out. I kind of like where we're at for the moment. I got a lot of boats inside of me. They're up. Oh, go right through this guy. Hello. I need to bring that Jenniker sheet in here. Main sheet coming in. Alright, everything looks good now. Still doing 11 knots. Nope, but yeah, we definitely had a wind shift there. Oh my god, give me that freaking Jenniker sheet. Jesus. I'm hoping that wind shifts back a little bit because these guys are all going high of us. And either way, it's just a sprint race to get out of Lisbon, out into the ocean right now. If you look at the real life weather here, we're about right here. We're gonna be going downwind. There's a lot of wind here, that yellow. We're gonna be on the same course for a while. I want to track downwind coming this way before I jibe over. Oh, let's check the, forgot to check the real race. Too focused on this race, be watching the real one just yet. Alright, remember we still have like 25 days of sailing, roughly, so I still like where we're at. Tons of boats out to leeward of us. These guys that are way over there, they might have to come up because if this wind shift continues, they're getting pushed into the land over there. I know all of these guys came up, but I'm not sure if that's the right thing to do because I'm kind of on a good path where I'm at right now. And this wind's going to oscillate back. It's been doing it all day. It's coming more, north-northeast. It's going to shift back over, come directly north on us, and I could sail up a little higher, but yeah, we had a good start. Shame that we didn't have a little bit of a back and forth kind of reaching import leg. That would have been interesting, but kind of just a sprint start going down towards Alright, let's sail a little bit higher here. Come up a little bit. I don't have any crew on this boat, so I'm just sailing it by myself, so I have this automatic thing. In case I'm too busy steering, I can have the computer adjust some of the sheets for me. A lot of people, they have like their friends, and they can they get on the boat with you, and you can steer the boat while they control the sheets. I don't have that just yet. Looking for volunteers for the future, I guess. Fantastic, congratulations all skippers and crews. We haven't done anything yet. Alright, kind of just hanging with the pack here. These guys that went up there, they're making out on us a little bit right now, but they're going to have to come back down and join us eventually, so I'm not so sure how that'll work out. Map is having trouble loading today. Come on. Alright, so this is my first waypoint. I'm going to mark that as I passed it, because I pretty much have already. Damn. These controls really suck, I'm telling you that. I'm trying to click on the Jenniker sheet, but the freaking change view thing's right there. It's not real convenient. The other thing is, when you do have this automatic sail trim on, or you try to select a halyard or something, and it takes you out from what you're doing and prioritizes what the computer's doing, and I don't like that either. You should be able to finish what you're doing before the computer does its thing. How are the guys leeward of us doing here? Not too bad. I'm kind of right in the middle of the pack here. I'm just trying to keep my boat speed up because it's definitely a sprint right now. And if my map would load, it was loaded. There we go. Yeah, So we're pretty much out of Lisbon just about, so it doesn't really matter. You know, like I said, these guys went high, but they're gonna have to come back down eventually. So I kind of like my path right now. I predicted that the wind direction for the next couple days is going to be roughly where it's at right now. You can see the streaks on the map here. So I made this first waypoint way out in the ocean here. So 2 or 3 days, that's where I'm expecting us to be, I think. Yeah. And it's going to be pretty fast downwind sailing through here. I'm pretty comfortable where I'm at right now, unless the weather changes at all. You know, we're kind of in the middle of the pack. Lost ground on these guys, but like I said, they're high of us. They're gonna have to come back down and rejoin. Now the one issue is it gets pretty shallow over here. We might have to watch that. And the guys low of us, I think, are gonna run aground if they don't pay attention. Yeah, according to my map, you only got 10 feet over there. I think that's why these guys came up. I might do the same. But I did go through here yesterday on a practice run. I was doing a lot of practice coming out of the harbor yesterday. We had similar wind directions, so I was doing a lot of sprints out of Lisbon with the code 0 with the Jenniker. And we got 18 feet right now, which seems a bit odd. I mean, the land is way the hell over there. Not sure if that map was correct. But I'm pretty sure I went right through this area because I have this this line I made yesterday with the waypoints. So I think my keel will be alright. Yeah, I don't know about these depths. Some of them are a little odd. 10 feet way the hell out here. I don't know about that. I'm going to hold my course. Yeah, like I said, I came right through this same area yesterday and I didn't have a problem. The real boats would be hitting ground here because they have they draw about 17 feet. So, but I really don't know how this map is correct as far as depths right now. Hoping the wind shifts a little bit more north so I can come up a little bit, but let's see. It's still out of that offset to the east a little bit. Bring that Jenniker sheet in a little bit. Nice. The main sheet's got to come in too, I believe. Those tails flying back. Yep, beautiful. Yeah, I was gonna say we should be doing 11.5 knots, not 10.5. Lost the. That wind shifting back to the north on us, just like I was talking about. So I can come up a little bit as long as we tighten everything up here. See, I'm trying to change the sheet, and it focuses on something else. It really pisses me off. I'll bring that main sheet in a little bit. There we go. No, a little bit more. It's not flying on the back side. And alright, I think we're through the shallow stuff now. Well, no, not according to that. I don't believe that chart though, I'm telling you that right now. I'm going to come down a little bit here. Right about here. This is where I want to sail. This line right here. So actually we're making up on these guys that are high of us here. They might be getting the wind blocked from them by that land over there. Which, it will happen. I mean, there's a lot of high cliffs over there. And I'm pretty much on the same line that I was on yesterday during my practice run, and I knew this line was going to be the best, I think, for me. And like I said, we're still in the middle of the pack, but we're making up on these guys right now, so. Definitely chose the good line. I chose the right side of the start line to start on. That was a good little blast off from us there. Alright, how the real guys doing? I keep forgetting to check. Yeah, they're still doing their import start of the race. So they go down into the port a little bit more. Under the bridge, they're going to turn around this mark, and then they're going to come out to sea with us. So, yeah, it's a shame that we didn't have this little section, because you know, I was looking forward to it. The one in Alicante was a little bit long, but it was still fun. And basically, we would have sailed down here, turned around, and then came out to sea. It's something simple we could have done, but you know, we didn't. For some reason, we didn't do it this time. Hopefully, Cape Town, that changes. Maybe we'll start doing import starts again. We're not doing the actual import races that they do like a day or two ahead of time, but you know, just the import leg before the actual start of the race. You know, these guys, they race around a few buoys and then they go out to sea for 20 days. And it's a nice little start of the race, you know, kind of say goodbye to everybody. Well, they get a lot of wind. Well, the game I'm playing runs off of real life weather, so I mean, they're going to have the same wind that I got. Yeah, it looks good. Let's see how we're doing. Don't want to lose focus on what we're doing here. Still doing about 11 knots. That main sheet needs to come out a little bit. We lost all these people that were low of us. I don't know where they are. Now, how are they not having depth issues over there? I mean, it should be a hell of a lot more shallow over there. I wonder if there's any big names over here. Pacific Sea Crow, he did good in the last leg. This guy won it, Saul here. Also looking for Blackboro because he came in second, and he was leading for a while. I wonder if he's one of these guys that went high. Giuseppe, yeah, he had an unfortunate event. He ran aground in the last leg, but coming through Gibraltar Straits. But he was leading the pack for the entire leg up until he ran aground. So unfortunate that maybe a bug happened or something in the game. There were a lot of bugs. You know, the game's still in early access. We're still, the guys that working on it are still working out a few things. So it's going to be a while, but so far so good. Yeah, the boat looks good. Let's take a look on the outside again here. Like I said, American Eagle, kind of after the 12 meter that Ted Turner raced on. You know, it says Newport, Rhode Island on the back. I was changing my paint scheme a lot on leg 1 if you watch the videos, but I just wasn't happy with it until now. I think I finally settled on something that I'm happy with. You know, it's a little. I'm one of the few Americans that are in this race. You know, a lot of the people over here are from Europe or somewhere. This guy's from Detroit, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, a lot of Europeans. Hamburg, a lot of Germans in this area. Kind of losing sight on a lot of boats now as the pack is getting spread out. But we're pretty much out in the ocean now. There was some big sea out here last night when I was doing a practice run. But I guess we could zoom out on our map now and see what kind of course we're holding. It says I'm being winded. This guy behind me maybe. Oh, he's coming down on me. There we go. 12 knots. I can deal with that for now. Yeah, these boats are a little bit slower than the real Volvo boats. You know, they'd be doing about 20 knots right now. Looks like the real guys are almost to that one leg before they're going to round it and then head out to the ocean. It's got to be awesome being on these things for 22 days, 23 days. How big are the crews now? I mean, I think they're like 10 people on a boat. 65-foot boat. It's got to be pretty crowded. Where's Vestas? Vestas is hanging in there, second place. That's not bad. You're not going to win the race in this first area here. Obviously, it's a long trip down to Cape Town, Africa, South Africa. Yeah, looks like the doldrums here they're going to run into. You got two different wind or weather patterns merging into each other here. So this is what I was seeing. I'm thinking we're going to be downwind most of the time, and then it's going to be, unless it changes, it's going to be pretty much upwind after the doldrums into Cape Town, which is going to be a bit of a bear because this is a very long distance to be going upwind in these boats. But we'll see what happens. It's a long time away. Before we even get to the doldrums, it's going to be a good week or two. I think, the last leg in this, simulated Volvo Ocean race, it went, the pack was really close. I mean, everybody finished within, pretty close distance of each other. And, but that was only an 8-day, 7-day, 8-day race. Now you're looking at 3 weeks, maybe more, 3.5 weeks. It'd be interested to see how close everybody is in a one design fleet like this. If everyone really gets separated, or if we start, I saw a couple boats when I was coming in to finish at Lisbon, so that was interesting that after 8 days we were still that close. Alright, I'm pretty comfortable. I think I want to come down a little bit here if I can. Sail this thing more on a downwind. Oops. Yeah. Kind of follow my waypoint a little bit better here. Now that we're out of the obstruction of any land in the area. As long as I can try to hold 11 knots at this same angle here. Let me come up a little bit. I don't want to get too low. How's that? Let me get up on the rail here. Just take a look at this Jenniker. Hey, the wind speed's picking up. You can hear it howling. Same thing as last night. We got out here. I came out here and then I tacked and came back around. Went back in. But it got up to about 18 knots out here. It was interesting. Yeah, it's starting to hollow out here. Which is good. This is what I want. If we can do 11, 12 knots, I was doing 13 downwind last night, once we got out of ways. That's what we want. Let's see how these guys are doing. Where was I? Over here. It looks like Dongfang and Vestas have rounded. These are the Americans right here. I can't wait to see these guys in Newport this year. It's gonna be nice. These boats are fun to watch. Interesting, they got the code zeros out. Well, now they'll be heading back out of the harbor and out into sea. So we'll pay attention to this in a little bit. My Jenniker needs to be tightened here. Let's see, bring that 66. How did we all miss what? Let me see. What are they talking about on chat? Oh, Black Boral grounded? That's not good. Oh, I think you can recover from that in this game, though. I thought you were all playing a dangerous close over there. Yeah, these are the guys that shouldn't be over here. It's too shallow. But it worked out for me. I sailed the same line that I did in my my practice run late last night. I figured the weather was going to be similar to what it is right now. And I'm like, let's go out of the harbor a little ways and see what the wind does. Yeah, kind of losing sight on everybody now. Let's take a look out here. Tons of boats over there. Look at that. You just make them out in the distance, in the haze. Seems like there's too much haze, but Maybe not. But we're at a good spot. I'm happy with where we're at right now. Kind of heading on the line that I want to head on, and we're kind of mid-pack, doing 12 knots, 12 and a half knots. A few boats ahead of us here we want to catch up with. Kind of check the leaderboard. The leaderboard doesn't mean anything because I think this is 5,000 miles out. I mean, there's a lot of sailing in between that. But you see all these guys that are reading 0 knots on speed right now, they must have ran aground. Where is Blackboro? Oh, he did ground. He did come aground. That's a shame. He almost won the last leg. Trying to see where some of the big names are. I'm not seeing a lot of them on the top, that's for sure. But I need to keep my boat speed up here, make sure everything's trimmed down. Let's come up a little bit here. I might change this this waypoint. I don't know if the wind direction is going to switch back. That's beautiful. Wind direction. Lisbon. So yeah, it looks like it's going to be, it's shifted. It's going to be more north-northeast instead of north. So I want to change this waypoint here. Did it register? I passed that second one. Okay, good. So we're going to have to sail a little bit higher than originally planned. So I'll just bring this up here like that. And then this will last a good day, maybe longer. So I can get on, let the computer sail it for me, and then I'll get on in a couple hours or later tonight and see, well, what's the weather doing? Do I need to jibe? Because this would be good. I mean, this wind direction right here, I could jibe over and come straight south most likely. So, but even going straight south, that will run me into these islands and the coast of Africa. So we got to watch out for that as well. Let me trim this Jenniker in real quick here. This wind, it just keeps oscillating all over the place. Main sheet's got to come in. Not the main traveler. Jesus, main sheet. Give me the right. I got to work on my controls for this game because it doesn't work well. All right. So yeah, that's the plan. So I just want to get out into the ocean. Again, I gotta trim this. Yeah, the first couple of days I want to get out this direction, and then we'll make a call. I mean, we could take a jibe down south and then jibe back up before we reach these islands, and then come out this way, around this area. And depending what the weather does, try to avoid the doldrums if we can. That's gonna be. I think it's gonna be rough through here. I mean, it looks like it might stay. The wind direction might be the same as it is now. We have to go the windward all the way down to Cape Town, but we'll see. It's a long race. Like I said, it's going to take us almost a month to complete this leg of the race, and the next leg after that is even longer. I mean, we're going from Cape Town, South Africa, all the way to Melbourne, Australia, so that's going to be fun. But that's all Southern Ocean, and we know how quick the Southern Ocean is. So who knows how long that'll take. It should still take about 20 days, a little more maybe. A lot of boats up there, really high of us. And again, I like where we're at right now. I'm not going to change anything. Yeah, these boats are just slow. We got to get a, development of this game. We got to get the VOR or something, 65, because if we're doing races around the world, we can't do it with this thing. I mean, downwind right now, I'm probably going half the speed that the Volvo Ocean Race guys would be doing. And the first leg from Alicante over to Lisbon, it took us an extra 2 days compared to the real guys to finish. So coming back underneath the bridge here, look at that. Dude, this is the second time that Dongfang has led the leg start. They let in Alicante and then they lost it somewhere when they first got out into the real sea. They lost a lot of ground somewhere. It looks like Vestas lost a lot of ground too, because I don't see them. They're back here. It looks like Brunel, Scallywag, Mopfrey's back here. There's Vestas. They did something wrong. They fell way back. Alright, let's see how we're doing in here. We got 18 knots of true wind speed. We're doing 13.5 right now. This is perfect. If we can try and hold this. Oh, now we're doing 14.5. We must have just came off a wave there. Holy crap. Try to hold this line. This is good. Yeah, we're sailing pretty high though. Let's come down a little bit. There we go. Right about there. I was sailing a little too high. I wanted the code 0 instead of the Jenniker now, but I don't want to do that. Although the wind just shifted big time. You can see this red arrow. It's more north-northwest now. So that means all these guys are going to come back down towards me and congest a little bit, because they're not going to be able to sail that high. They're going to have to sail lower. So we should see all these guys merging over towards us shortly. How are you averaging 15 knots of boat speed? I don't know what the hell. Unless he's sailing really high. Oops, don't want to sail that low. Let's come up a little bit. That wind just shifted back again. Look at that. Near 30, 40 degrees of shifting. Alright, we just made up a ton of ground, these guys to leeward of us, as I was watching there. So we're making up a lot of ground here. This wind is very iffy though, I tell you. It's oscillating back and forth on us. It just dropped from about 18, 19 knots down to 15, so. Trying to keep everything trimmed the right way. Is a little bit of a bear right now. Yeah, the real VOR 65s are about to pass us, and they did the import section too. That's how fast these boats are. Well, I'm not sure about that. They're still in the harbor. Once these guys get out to sea, they're going to really take off. Once they're probably going to put their Jennikers up and just, they'll be like a rocket ship. Oh, we got another huge wind shift here, just for. Constantly trimming. Alright, this is the speed I want to keep up here, 13, 14. It's dropping off again though, so I can only hold it for a little while. Well, I think probably get ready to call this video. Been recording for a while. I'm going to make a lot of small little update videos throughout this race. I mean, at least 24, 25 days of sailing, I'm thinking right now. Racing the entire time. And we're going to do our best. We had a lot of bugs on the last leg, and a lot of those bugs have been worked out. Or at least I know what to do now, so that they don't happen to me. Because I would have definitely, in the last leg, I would have finished in the top 10 if I didn't have some mark rounding and waypoint issues. The one that really killed us was when we came out of Gibraltar Straits and I logged off. And my next waypoint was around the Porto Santo Island. And for some reason, it made a waypoint back here. And when I logged off, my boat turned around and was sailing backwards for about 6 to 8 hours. And I lost probably about a good 20 positions and ended up, you know, I finished 29th, I think, in leg 1. So I definitely would have been top 10 if that bug didn't happen. But I'm going to be really careful with the waypoints this time around, and you know, make sure everything's set before I log off. And we're going to make a lot of update videos, make another movie, like a leg 2 movie. It's going to be a long race down here, I can tell you that. And then the next leg is Cape Town, all the way over to Melbourne. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. And let's see here, let's trim again. It's going to be definitely really interesting to see how we do on everybody else. But anyway, if you like this video, please subscribe, as we're going to be having a lot more videos for this game, Sailaway. Especially with the more development that this game has, it's just going to be better and better and better. The racing is definitely great so far. I mean, how many boats are actually in here right now for the VOR? I wanted to check that. We already have a DNF. 66. Okay, well, that's a little bit more than we had at the start of the last race. I thought it was a lot more than that, but who knows? I think we're losing a lot of people. I mean, a lot of people ran aground. Look at all these 0 knots, 0 knots. A lot of big names in there too. So that's not good. Hopefully those guys log on and fix their issues. But yeah, that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I'm looking forward to the next the next month of racing, pretty much. Look forward to the update video. We're probably not gonna make it. I don't know. We might make it a little bit at a time. We might just put it all together and release it at the end of this race. Who knows? We'll see what happens. So look forward to that. And like I said, like and subscribe if you enjoyed this. And see you next time.